just on the display. I mean, the burgers, the sausage. Before we even get into the meat, I want to talk about your gloves.
I got a guy for these, you know, so if you need them, I got them covered. Also, it looks good. It's kind of like a serial killer kind of a thing.
It does have that vibe.
It does have that vibe, but look at Well Done with Sebastian Maniscalco, which is streaming now on Discovery+.
Guys, he's one of the funniest people on the planet. Please welcome one of our faves, Sebastian Maniscalco. Don't act like you didn't just see one another. You're milking goats.
Yeah.
Guy right here, coming in hot.
This is the first time I've ever hung out with a host off camera.
Let's tell everybody, Mario came to your house with his family. All I know is there was goats involved, some milking. Just tell me everything.
First of all,
Okay.
his two sons walk in, and hair's beautiful. Have you seen these kids?
Especially on the little guy.
One, I think, had cologne on. Yeah, he came, and Mario's the type of guy you invite, and if you got activities at the party, he's participating in everything.
Do you appreciate that?
I appreciate that because we had line dancers there and no one was dancing. I look up and this guy spinning. Look at him. He's better than the people that we hired.
There's Sonny, this little guy too.
He's standing right there.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, the only one out there having a ball. Then he's riding the bull. We had an electronic. Look at this.
I hope you jacked up the speed a little, Sebastian.
It started to get warming up because that was tough. It was tough to hold on to that sucker right there.
Yeah, the guy's amazing. So you invite Mario to the party, he's going to do all the activities.
I appreciate that. Did you get on the bull?
I got leg problems like you wouldn't believe. So I stayed on the ground.
We milked some goats, though.
We did. We did milk some goats. We had goats at the party. Listen, this is my wife, okay?
He hit me with that. I thought he was joking.
I was kidding. I said, there's goats to milk. And he goes,
This has gone viral. Why are we doing this?
This is my wife. She's like, there's going to be a surprise at the party, and then 8 goats walk in the yard.
Is it a dream of yours?
No, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, how much?
I got to tell you, though, Hoover, first of all, thank you so much for the invite. The family had such a blast.
So cute.
But he knows how to throw a party. The theme was like a Western, like a country Western thing. I mean, there was hay and the goats and the bull, and they had the professional dancers. It was just great with all the food. Yeah. With all the fixins. I just got to tell you, your family's so nice. I enjoyed talking to your mom. She's such a sweetheart. And your sister, who coincidentally, by the way, edits Saved by the Bell.
What?
Come to find that out. Yeah, such a small world. But I love meeting the whole family. They were great.
But your dad can't be there, right? Because he's with De Niro.
Yeah, well, my dad, So my dad, we just got done shooting this movie, and Robert De Niro's playing my father, right? So De Niro wanted to know how my father wears his hat, what's in his wallet, what kind of cigars does he smoke. So in the movie, De Niro's a beautician like my father, so my father flew down to Alabama and is teaching De Niro how to do highlights
That's the best.
on the set.
That is the...
So they yell cut. My dad comes over. He goes, how much am I getting paid for this? So I go, Dad, you're helping out De Niro. He goes, I don't care. I'm losing clients at home.
He's got a point.
I need SAG scale.
You got to break off Dad.
So, yeah, we had a ball doing it. It was a 2-month shoot in Alabama. My father was, it's just nice to have my father on set. And I mean, if I moved out here in 1998, if you would have told me that Robert De Niro would be playing my father in a movie that I co-wrote, I'd say, you're nuts. But it's been really, really great.
That is awesome.
That's so surreal. I mean, Sebastian, because, I mean, we both grew up loving De Niro. It had to be sort of a surreal moment. It kind of like, you maybe had to catch yourself right in the beginning, like when you started acting opposite him?
Well, I'm looking at him, I go, this is Sam Rothstein from Casino.
Right.
So it was hard for me sometimes to really kind of play the character because I had to pinch myself every once in a while that this was actually happening. And then, yeah, and then, you know, I'm acting with this guy. And listen, I've been in, a handful of movies, and I got to tell you, it's boring.
It takes long.
Because you're used to stand up in the crowd and acting off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so after the scene, you know, they yell cut, I'm looking for a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nothing? I mean, so it was hard to get used to not hearing any reaction.
Yeah, no, I love how you've been able to balance both doing your stand-up, doing the movies, doing a TV special. Was that all part of the plan originally, Sebastian, or sort of opportunities
As
came
massive
up?
takeover.
This was I moved out here in '98. All I wanted to do was make a living doing stand-up comedy. There was I didn't have a vision board.
Yeah.
Writing down, I want to do a cooking show or I want to do a movie. This is kind of all off the success of stand-up comedy. And first and foremost, stand-up is my bread and butter. Love doing stand-up. Will never stop doing that. But I like doing, like the cooking show or a movie every now and then. But the stand-up, you can't beat it.
Your cadence and the way you deliver and talk is just unmatched. Do you find when you're around your friends, do they start talking like you? Because I feel like last time we were on, Mario leads right in, full Maniscalco.
But I'm guilty of that. Like if I visit Texas, all of a sudden I'll start, hey, y'all, I start like adopting wherever I'm at. Or I'm just trying to sort of like assimilate.
Yes, yes. But yours is addicting. Does everybody fall into that?
When I go back home, everybody talks like me. So I don't really notice
With the same inflection, like the...
Well, I mean, it's the Chicago kind of like, I don't know, accent that we have. But yeah, I do have a certain way of speaking, and people tell me, oh, I start talking like you after a while, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. But yeah, it's flattering. I mean,
do your kids talk like you?
My kids, I was away for 2 months, so I had to reintroduce myself as their father.
Hence the goat milking party.
Yeah,
they're adorable too, by the way.
Well, thank you. Yeah, my kids, my son just learned to start speaking, and it's really fun to be playing with him. And
how's the voice? It's funny when they start talking.
Yeah, it's adorable, actually. I'm trying to really soak it in, and you guys know this after having kids. They're 4 and 2, and I'm like trying to like relish every minute of this because, before you know it, they're 18 and out the door.
Exactly.
So who knows? They might be 35 and out the door the way this is going. But yeah,
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Hang it up.
Oh, you just wait.
Yeah,
no, when
exactly.
they're teenagers, you're like, and bye-bye.
I thought this was cool, Sebastian. I didn't realize that you're going to have a residency at the Wynn.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's... Always loved the Wynn Hotel. Always loved what Steve Wynn, his product that he puts out, and loved Las Vegas. I saw the Wynn going up in 2002, 2003, and I was performing at the Stardust, opening up for Dice Clay at the time. And I'm like, wow, it'd be really cool to play the Wynn someday. And they weren't really into comedy for a while, but they embraced it 3 years ago. So I'll be doing 4 weekends at the Wynn. And I saw you in Las Vegas. We did a gig together.
That's right.
In Vegas.
No, it was an event. We did a certain event together. Yeah. I want to talk about the cooking show.
Look at this.
Yeah, this is great. I'm a big foodie, Sebastian. As you can tell, I was eating half the stuff at your house there. But do you still work with Dominic? The Dominic that was there?
Dominic was there. Yeah, Dom's in a few of these shows. Dom's a good friend of mine, and this came out of the pandemic, marrying my 2 passions for comedy and food. And we had a ball doing it. 13 episodes around things I really love: sushi, kids' food, dog food.
And for those not familiar, are you basically cooking different recipes throughout, or you visit places? Or?
Yeah, it's not so much like the recipe, like a cooking show where you're gonna go and go, oh, how did they make that?
Yeah.
This is more like comedy and goofing around with chefs and comedians. We have Russell Peters, Fortune Feimster, Bobby Lee's on there, and Burt Bachman, who we actually had his barbecue at our barbecue that you came to.
Oh, man. Hey, congrats on everything.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to that show. Well Done with Sebastian Maniscalco is streaming out on Discovery Plus, and season 1 airs on Food Network Tuesday.
Oh, that's cool. And on Food Network, too.
2 places.
Stick around, because coming up, the legendary Suzanne Somers is going to show us a recipe that she says is better than sex. Her words, not mine. And look at that apron.
She says she still gets down with her husband 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
3 times a week?